Hi guys, my name is Mark and I'm back with the review of the Final Mouse Ninja Air 50, no, not with the Air 58, with the DamoShark M3 4K, the runner-up of the normal M3. Let's go guys. As may every one of you know already, or some of you may don't know, there is a company which is or was the producer of a lot of Final Mouse. Basically every plastic Final Mouse was made at the same factory where this good guy is coming from, the DamoShark M3 4K. That's the house brand, by the way. Like, I don't know if FNG has a house brand, but normally or nowadays, those bigger OEM and ODM manufacturers have house brands. DamoShark is one. The one of Mototech, you can Google Mototech, it's Mototech, not Motospeed, huh? Mototech. And there are like, I think 17 years interacting globally and on the market in general, or in the branch since 22 years. As I said, they were the main manufacturer for Final Mouse. Later, Final Mouse went to Ivo for this one, and the guy who is basically in charge for all these shapes here is the guy who is called Ecker. The guy is at Vansa, and basically he is Vansa also, and he made the Castor. And if you put your Starlight and your Castor side by side, you see that this is the guy who made basically every one of the Final Mouse shapes. And the company who is not making those Starlights anymore, of course, they are done at Ivo, where, by the way, the Razor is also made, and the Viper Mini SE. They just released their own mice with the Air 58 shape, a very big one. It is very big if you compare it. It's nearly 1-to-1 in size to the Air, but it's wireless, it's light, it's full body, there are no holes, no honeycomb, nothing. It has, or they got rid of the DPI button on the top. They have the adjustment on the bottom side, the rate, so the polling rate in general in wireless and in wired, the modes, wireless, Bluetooth and wired, and also the DPI you can set right here on the button. It's very simple. Here was the, I think the placeholder for the dongle, but the 4K dongle is a little bit bigger here, and it also indicates the level of your battery or the status of your battery by a light indicator down here. It's very good made. It's USB-C, like the front notch is also USB-C, and the notch is not like made like a custom one where it is hard to fit any USB-C cables into. Very well made. The dongle is in the box, and the whole product with the Nordic chip in here. I think there's not a Nordic in here. I need to open it, and maybe I talk about this later, about those interactions about NXP chips or other chips and Nordics in mice and how good it works or not. And some say here is, how's it called? Yeah, here's definitely not a real full Nordic setup into, but it's only 80 euro, 79.95 with 4K dongle, fully working 4K wireless with a very big 800 milliampere hours battery, which is the main actor or the main reason why this mouse weighs 65 grams on a very large scale. For me, this is an XL shape, not an L, it's an XL shape. It's a very relaxed palm grip mouse for me, or an like claw grip mouse for bigger hands. It's really hard to fingertip this one, but when you are able to play this mouse or your hand size fits to the mouse, you will enjoy the coating. I tried the grips, and which are also in the box with some more skates and with a sticker and with the very good explanation, by the way, for the product itself in this box. But I can tell you the coating itself on the cyan or yellow one, on the black one and on the white one are all very good. They are even a little bit more rougher than on the Vansa Pro version, which is also very, very good. It's like it feels a little bit like an egg shape, and here even more. You have like this rough coating feeling already on the finger. It's very enjoyable and gives you very good feedback. Also, the overall build quality for this low amount of money compared to the M3 or to the original version is well improved. There is like very little post and pre-travel, nearly nothing. You can't fully down-click M1 or M2, so it won't hit the shell on the front. The side buttons are good positioned, in my opinion. If I compare it to the old one, it's like they are a little bit more in front, so you have more space and more like side to grip on with your thumb if you have a very big, large thumb. And this makes the product like, if you will think back to an Air 58, like reverted, invented, I wouldn't say really invented, but they tried to solve the little problems this product had up front, and I think they made a good job for now. One thing I don't understand is the very big battery, because if you put a battery of like 300 or 180 milliampere hours into it, you can easily achieve a weight near to 55 grams. And it's not that hard to do. You just order a Logitech G Pro battery, a small one, and you can do it everywhere on eBay and Amazon. This one will fit here because the battery inside of this mouse has like 3 cables. One is the third one is the temperature sensor for the battery, and it will work very well. Overall, I played this one and I realized really fast that the debounce and the way the status is registered of if the switch is already working, so still pressed or not, is very, very fast. One thing you can see it if you have the mouse, compare, if you may play Apex, go to the shooting range, take the knife, the throw knife, because it gets, you push down, he takes it back, and on release he throws it. And then you can compare, like, whilst you're moving on the target, on the head of a dummy, how good and how fast you think the release feels. And it gives you a very good feeling for the responsiveness of the product you're using right now and of this product. And I instantly felt that the Viper is, when it comes to click latency, faster, of course, but for me, the release here on this product felt a little bit more responsive for me. I realized that the click in general is nearly the same, acts a little bit different, but the release felt way better on this one. Overall, I had to say that also tracking was better than I expected, because I thought that the big mouse is making it or giving me a hard time while it's tracking or going for a head with the R99, for example, but was very, very well made. It wasn't that hard. I think that's because of the shape in general, because I was like an Starlight enjoyer, Starlight S. It was one. When I played the Cape Town after, then the Starlight, it was one of my absolute favorite shapes, and it's still one of my favorite shapes, and that's why I think I also can play with this one, because it gives me like the same feeling, but it reduces the jitter a little bit, and for the cost of those, for me, of micro corrections. Overall, very good made, 4K dongle, low latency, and you say, how you want to prove it? I used this LDAT on my 7800 X3D system with a 4090 in it, and I have the numbers here. I also compared the GWOS with 1000 Hertz to have like a comparison base for the wired mode. Also tested the Viper Mini Signature Edition in wired, 1K, 4K wireless and 8K wireless. And here I also tested 1K wired and 4K wireless, and the numbers are basically, I would say, closer to each other or nearer by each other than expected. For example, on 8K hertz, the Viper made like an average of 6.5 for 5 milliseconds end to end, and on 4K hertz 6.89 milliseconds end to end. That's pretty good in my opinion. Then we had the wireless Damoshark. It was 708 milliseconds on 4K, and on the was 7.08 milliseconds on wireless 4K. And then we have the Viper again with 1000 hertz wired with 7.17 milliseconds. After that, the wired GWOS had the plus comes with 7.17, And then the 1000 Hz wired mode of the Shark comes with 8.28 milliseconds in average. That's basically it about the numbers, and about the latencies was a little mixed up because my LDAT file naming wasn't that clever this time. Normally I have a more clever and longer planned review, and this time I had to hurry a little bit because it's very late today already. It's like nearly 1 in the night, and we are recording this for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If there are any questions, put it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and keep in mind, if you're watching for a very competitive priced 4K final mouse, here it is, Shark M3 4K. Goodbye, guys.